All right, everyone, welcome to our new updated studio. We are still working on lighting stuff. As you saw in the last video, we're surrounded by a bunch of new lights and we definitely look different, hopefully. Our brick wall is gone. I did tear down the brick wall, brick by brick, while you were gone over the weekend. And so the brick wall is gone. We're here with another Dear Guitar Industry episode. So thank you guys for watching and listening to those. We've been kind of trying to rip them out as fast as possible to kind of just throw them in your face, and really for suggestions for the Dear Guitar Industry topics, we'd love to hear them. We always have topics and we're trying to like mentally note them or write them down and go from there. So real quick, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You liking this? You liking your new look here?
Ooh, yeah, I like the new digs. It's like a nice refresh and just kind of a good way to kick off the second half of this year because it's pretty much over already, kind of.
It's just crazy to think about, but yeah, summer's coming. But we're going to talk about this topic of what stops guitar gas. So we had what causes guitar gas. We were like, what do we do like when we enable each other to buy new stuff? But what are things that stop guitar gas? So we want to know in the YouTube portion of this, your comments below, what are some things that you bought that just kind of like stop the guitar gas? I mean, obviously life events and, losing a job or things like that certainly stop guitar gas, but maybe not in the same way that we're talking. We're not talking about a tragic event. We're talking about, what maybe something that you got that then like started slowing it down. So, So you want to go for it?
Yeah. Kind of like when you yourself decide you're like, I'm full. I'm good for right now. I'll be good until next week or something.
Yeah.
So it just kind of seems like we've had good luck in getting some stuff and figuring out like, oh, this is a cool new thing that we maybe haven't tried, or we've had access to things that we normally haven't this year. And I think it really has kind of informed our decision making. And, you get something new and then it shows up and it's kind of like the new guitar honeymoon kind of phase, and you're kind of maybe not looking at other guitars and you're not looking at gear because it's an inspiring piece, or it's what's hot right now. It's new. It's your fresh, cool new toy. So you want to just spend as much time with that, and maybe you're not looking at other guitars as much, or you're kind of like, I'm full. I can't take on any more guitar right now. It won't fit in my stomach. Kind of thing. So I think that's like the common one that we've kind of been experiencing, because we're always, and like this time last year, we would be like, oh, have you seen this guitar? Have you seen this Anderson? Or have you seen that? And, we're always kind of talking about the cool new thing. And I don't know. It feels like the brakes have kind of been pumped, and we're just kind of like now enjoying the things that have showed up, I guess, as opposed to like, seeing what's on the horizon more, I think.
Yeah, when I think about like we had that series or the episode in our series about just play what you have, and it's kind of the similar sort of feel of just like if you get new stuff, like just enjoy it and just spend time with it. You said before we turned the camera on, like if you just keep getting new stuff all the time, it's kind of like a habit. I got to keep like buying the newest stuff. And we talked about the release fatigue. We talked about, I've seen it in stuff like with the Tone X1, and everyone's like, this is the game changer. And then like the average YouTuber's kind of like, or, fan of the channels are just kind of like, okay, I'm getting a little worn out by this new thing. And so for us here in the shop, we've got a string of guitars that we've kind of used for demos, and really like each guitar is going to keep changing. I think that's helped me too. It's like we've got a really nice Strat and a nice Telly, some nice dual humbucker guitars. And so now like our job is to enjoy them, use them for product videos, and then swap them out and then re-enjoy them. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's sort of like slowed down the guitar gas. I mean, obviously the price of guitars has really killed that for me in many areas. Some brands that I like are just through the roof in pricing, and so I can't just like, hit buy now very often. And even just as we've been focusing on this new look of the videos and the business, I've been thinking, maybe some podcast gear, maybe some microphone gear. So it's like, it's still gas, but maybe it's like moving away from gear into equipment, and then knowing that there's an ultimate purpose to go farther with it, if that makes sense. So I'm curious to know what some things like that have been for you. I know you've recently got a couple Novo guitars that have kind of like all but ceased the immediate like I'm sure you're still on reverb just as often as you were. Maybe not. I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, but you're not like
so
you're not
cool.
like adding to the cart and seeing what tax and shipping would be. Maybe.
And that's just one of those things where I don't know. There's just something relaxing to me about looking at guitars, and even like not even going that far. And the thought is like, oh, what would I sound like if I had it? But you're just like, how come I can't stop looking at this thing? So I think that's a me problem. But it is one of those things that I know I said before we turned the camera on. I was like, well, in my 31 years of living, I've made some unwise gear decisions. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I remember what those moments felt like. And I feel like the moments where I made a wise gear decision that you use a lot, or you think every time you look at it, like, man, I'm glad I have that thing, and look at how much it's come in handy, or I'm using it a lot. It's like, I know that feeling too. And I think that's almost like a skill that you practice, is kind of like your wise gear decision making, or being able to identify what is like going to be like a linchpin or a foundational thing in your rig versus just another guitar. I'm guilty of buying way more guitars than like gear that I need. It's never exciting to have to buy a bass amp or a piece of drum hardware, but like, you need those pieces to make the show go. But I'm guilty of always like, just the guitars. I'm hooked. I'm hooked on guitars, you guys. I'm sorry.
Well, that's good that you are. I mean, I'm just curious. I'm curious, just your stories, like in the comments here on YouTube. Just leave us what has stopped the gas for you. Maybe you bought, like, I know that sometimes it's within each category. For me, I got the Fractal FM3, and I really stopped looking at pedals for a long, long time because I had so many effects in there, more than I ever needed, and some just off the wall weird stuff. If I just wanted to have a weird session of, making screeching 80s sounds or something, I can do it. And so that sort of slowed down almost the amp and the pedal gas in one gear purchase. And so that was kind of like, that felt very practical, like you were saying, it felt very practical. So I'm curious what that is, whether it was a guitar or an amp or a specific pedal that you just kind of got lost in and that you just wanted to stay in that world for a while. What has slowed down the guitar gas for you guys? Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. I always hate doing the sales pitch at the end. It's not really a sales pitch, but we want you to know when new videos come out. And this space behind us, the lighting and all that other stuff, is going to continue to change and morph and improve. And this is just literally the next step in kind of the experiment. So we're going to keep making content, and we're going to keep putting it out there, even though it's not all the way there yet. We have some ideas that we're starting to figure out, including hanging some guitars behind and eventually getting some amps in here and all that stuff. So this will look a little bit more different as it goes, but thank you guys for watching and for checking it out. Any final thoughts as we like, any, stay strong, or any encouragement for everyone watching?
Just keep on playing those guitars and basses and drum sets, everyone, and singing and doing all of that good stuff. But stay tuned for all of the exciting stuff. We're really trying to make this a lot more interesting and involved, and just something that is kind of fun and relaxing to turn on the YouTube and kind of hang out with us. So thank you to all that are here and that have been here. Like, that's meant so much.
Definitely. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.